up, YouTube? Let's talk about this guy right here, KS16X. This thing is a lot of fun. As of right now, I bought this back in August, late August. It's been about a month, a little over a month since I've had it. Initially, when I first got it, I didn't get much writing time with it, maybe like 30 minutes a day. So the first two days I got like maybe 30 minutes each. I gave it a couple of day break after that, like 3-day break. Got back on it, started to get the feel of it a little bit, you know what I mean? By the time my 5th day came around of me actually like trying to practice this thing, that's when I really started to get the hang of like how EUCs work. So with that being said, after the learning process, again, this thing is fun, man. I've had a lot of fun. I've gone on a lot of trails. A lot of those trails I was not able to record just because at the time I didn't really feel comfortable with recording myself while riding, since, you know, technically I'm still learning. But like I said, at that time I didn't want to have anything in my hands just in case I fail or something, and I wanted to catch myself if possible. So a lot of footage that I could have gotten, I didn't get, which is okay because I could easily just revisit those trails now that I'm like pretty good at this. Basically, this is my training wheel. This is my practice wheel, and I mentioned in another video when InMotion dropped their adventure wheel, I made a comment saying that I would be buying that, which is still the case. I did purchase the wheel. Well, I put down my $500 deposit. So we're just waiting for that to get released, for that to get built and then sent to me. So that will be my official everyday wheel. I probably will be keeping this guy around. It's a little banged up from all my practice sessions. I am going to try and list it for sale just to see if it does sell. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, I don't mind keeping it. Actually, it's a lot of fun, man. I like the fact that I can play my music on it. The LEDs are okay. As far as like riding, like after I've already learned how to ride, I haven't had any issues with it. You know, it's a fantastic piece of machinery for sure. So if anybody who's watching this who hasn't ever stepped on an EUC, I would recommend the KS16X as a practice wheel, as your first wheel. There are other options, I'm sure. I haven't ever ridden any other EUCs before. This is the first and only one that I've ever ridden so far. But yeah, man, as far as practice wheel goes, this is good. It worked for me. I'm sure it's gonna work for you too. Let's talk about speed wobbles real quick. So when I first started really riding this wheel, I was getting speed wobbles like crazy, and they scared the shit out of me. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. First I thought it was like just the speed I was going, and I wasn't really like I didn't have the muscle memory yet to like really know what to do, I guess. So every time I got a speed wobble, I would just like try to slow down and just get off of it. You know what I mean? Now it's to the point to where I pretty much had conquered speed wobbles. And here's how I do it. I don't know if any EUC riders do it the same way. I've never watched a video on how to get past speed wobbles or anything like that. But for me, as soon as the wheel starts wobbling, it doesn't matter if it's like a violent wobble or if it's like a light wobble, I always have the same method, which is I disperse my weight on both sides of the EUC as equally as possible. So which means I will like kind of spread out my legs, and the speed wobbles are immediately gone every single time. It doesn't matter how fast I'm going, how slow I'm going, how awkward I'm riding. Doesn't matter about foot placement. I also noticed that when I started getting speed wobbles, it was like every time I needed to like duck down or crouch down or anything like that, the wheel would just start going crazy, like, right? So again, something just in my brain just triggered was like, just spread your weight, like clamp down and spread your weight. So that's what I did, and it's worked for me every single freaking time. Now it's to the point to where my wheel will wobble and it won't even faze me at all. Before I was terrified, now I don't even get fazed, which is crazy. Another thing is with my turning, I couldn't get down for shit. Like sometimes I would be able to do it, and other times I wouldn't be able to do it. Other times I would be able to do not necessarily sharp turns, but like more inwards, more like smaller circle turns, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time I would have to, like, if anytime I needed to turn, I would have to like step off the EUC and then just manually turn it myself. Point it in the direction I want it to go in, and then get back on. Now I can pretty much turn however I want to turn. Again, there's still a lot of room for improvement. Even though I'm right-handed and right-footed, my right foot dominant, I step on the EUC with my left foot, and then I kick off with my right, which is how I mount. I haven't tried it with the other foot yet, so I probably need to learn how to do that real quick at some point. I haven't tried riding backwards. I don't really see the point in riding backwards. I haven't ever come across a situation to where I was like, I need to go backwards. You know what I mean? So I don't really care too much about that, but I do actually want to learn it at some point. I want to learn how to like stand in place with the EUC, not like, where you're riding your EUC, right? And then you need to come to a stop. And so rather than coming to a complete stop and dismounting, I want to learn how to be able to rock back and forth. Either way, man, by the time my in motion adventure comes, I'm going to be more than ready for that thing, man. I honestly cannot wait, bro. Like, I cannot stress to you how excited I am to receive that wheel when it comes. I'm gonna try to go as many places as I possibly can while on it, without having to like transport the wheel in my car and then getting on it and stuff like that. I've gone a fair amount of, I don't know what my longest route is on this KS16X yet. Happens to be, my longest route might be like 20 miles, and then I never run out of battery. Everything's been perfectly fine with this EUC, so this is a solid wheel, man. That's all I wanted to really say. Really just give you guys a little update of how my riding was going. More trail riding clips will be coming soon. I do wish this thing had a little bit more speed now that I'm more comfortable on it. At first I was like too afraid to even touch 20 miles per hour. Now I'm wishing like 30 miles per hour was like my casual riding speed, when realistically this is 31. I think 31 miles per hour is the top speed on this thing. It's okay. I haven't hit that yet. I haven't even hit 30. The most I've gone was like 28 miles per hour, and that's strictly because I don't want to hit the top speed and then it just like kicks me off because I pushed the wheel too hard or something. I'm trying to prevent myself from being launched off. But once I get a wheel that can handle those kinds of speeds comfortably with a higher top speed, then that's when I'll be doing a little bit more extreme stuff. I haven't tried any jumps. I don't have any kind of padding on the wheel at all, as you guys can see here. So no kind of pads that like hold me in place. There were a couple of times where I hit some jumps, like not jumps necessarily, but like some bumps or a curb, and I for like temporarily for a couple seconds I elevated off of the wheel itself and then like landed right back on it while I was riding. That was a little that was a little scary, but so far no tragic accidents or anything like that. I haven't crashed or anything. It's been great so far, man. It's been freaking awesome. This is, I would say, a great investment in terms of like just picking up a new hobby and just getting out every day and getting some fresh air. But before, I was just like, sometimes I'll casually go hang out with friends, and other than that, I would just be at work or at home. Work and home, work and home. Now I'm on this thing like constantly, just looking for new places to ride and just having more ambition to get outdoors, I guess. You know what I mean? So, man, if you're struggling with just getting outdoors, you don't have anything to do, get one of these, man, or get a bike. Just get a hobby. Get an outdoor hobby. As of right now, this is my outdoor hobby. This and droning. I like to fly my drone a lot too. That's actually another thing. I need to get some drone shots while on my EUC. That would be awesome. But until then, I'll keep up with the daily posts. Not daily, with the every once in a while updates of how it's going. Just casual riding and more tips for anybody, and you know, stuff like that. But yeah, until then, I'll catch you guys later. definitely be coming here with my in motion adventure.
I'll be back.